Hello, Internet. Welcome to this weird room. My normal filming space is an absolute mess from moving, so we've had to relocate this week. But this week I thought we'd do something a little bit chattier, a little bit more casual, because the last couple of weeks I know for a lot of people have been just pure work as we head towards that summertime where we're finally in that space where maybe we'll get to go on holiday soon, so you rush to get as much done as possible. And especially for students like me, we're in exam time, dissertation time, all of that good fun shit. In my rush to kind of finish my dissertation, to move, to do all of that stuff, I've really fallen behind on keeping track of things, especially my expenses and things I have to do, and I've kept up appointments, but other than that, done the bare minimum. And I really want to get back into that. One of the things that I've been doing a lot this year is I've been trying to commit to doing a bullet journal. It's very simple, but it's colourful on the inside, I promise. Just as much for myself, trying to get back into the swing of things, take you through my personal bullet journaling process, because everyone loves finding out how other people bullet journal. Is that just me? I love finding out how other people bullet journal, and I'm like, oh, I'll use that, because none of these concepts are mine. They're all from like Pinterest and like YouTube and other people. I've gone back through May as a month and chosen my May favorites. So I don't really buy enough stuff or use enough material things to really make a proper favorites videos. Favorites for me are very much kind of concepts. Maybe something I did this month that I had a lot of fun doing, and like, so this is my bullet journal, but I basically stole this essentially from the basics of bullet journaling kind of concepts, but I did go online and on Pinterest and find as many fonts as I could possibly do, and I've been experimenting with those and like just random symbols and just having fun. And June's a great month because it's just so bright. I don't know why it's blue, but it's yellow because I like to think it'll be sunny sometime. It's not sunny right now. One day. So I have my habit tracker, and I try to track things like how much work I do on my dissertation, or how often I read and stretch videos and stuff like that. But what I really like, and what's kind of something that I personally find really important to me, is the bookwork side. I've talked about how I try and at least think about writing every single day and think about the sort of things like that, but if you're kind of in this kind of mess of work like I am right now, you don't get to actually put down specific things that you do. So I just write down things that I've thought about. Oh, there's going to be an earthquake in the story. Well, I've thought about that for 5 minutes. There you go. That's my bookwork for the day. But it allows me to say that I've at least thought about it every day. So that takes up 3 whole pages in my bullet journal. It's very important to me. So the expenses tracker is pretty standard, and I stole the design from someplace else, but the one good thing a day comes from when I was going through a really hard time in high school, and one of the girls I was hanging out with at the time tried to get me to tell her one good thing about my day every single day, so I wouldn't forget that even in your worst days you always have at least one good thing to remember. That was my lovely bullet journal spread, and I really like seeing other people's bullet journal spreads. I do obviously link my social media down in the description, so if you do bullet journal and you want to share, please share. I would love to see all of your fun stuff. I think it's great. I thought now I kind of go through some things and concepts that I really enjoyed this month. So here we go. It was my birthday a couple days ago, so my first favorite is something I got for my birthday. Most of the stuff I got for my birthday was actually pretty standard. One thing that really surprised me were these little guys. And my friend Angela got me these. Thank you, Angela. They're tiny little Tsum Tsums from my favorite Marvel characters, but they're kind of convoluted because my favorite superheroes are Captain America and Scarlet Witch, but they don't make a Scarlet Witch Tsum Tsum, so my friend, as some sort of like funny kind of workaround, chose Black Widow because she's also a badass woman, and Vision because A, he's played by Paul Bettany, who not only shares my birthday, but is vastly underrated as an actor. He's also married to Scarlet Witch, so it's like this weird workaround so I could get my favorite superheroes, and I really appreciate that, and they're so cool. So I've kept them over my bed, just where I've kept them. Actually, this is favorite number 2. This is Hedwig, and I've had her since Christmas. I got her as a Christmas present from my aunt, but only recently have I started realizing that she's really good to like hug. You know how you have those pillows when you hug a pillow? She feels like a pillow, but she's got a face. So she's like a stuffed animal and a pillow at the same time, and I don't sleep on her. She's still really fluffy and feels really soft to cuddle with. So for right now, She's excellent, and every time I FaceTime with my mum, I've been battling with Hedwig because she's really cute. The other kind of material favourite I have this month is something I can't actually show on screen because it's in another room and plugged in, but it's my new aromatherapy diffuser. I've used them a couple of times, but this one looks like a flower, and the other ones I've used have been my mum. So this is mine. I get to kind of choose what I do with it, and it's been helping me get to sleep for a few weeks. Lavender and peppermint and all that lovely sleepy stuff feels... I like the sound, and it's like a really dim light that changes colors, and it works really well. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna talk about is more of the conceptual stuff. So I have 2 songs of the month this month, and that's because they've been playing almost entirely on repeat. I don't know where they came from because they've been on my phone for a little while. For some reason this month they kind of started playing and I stopped being able to stop listening to them. And that's Homemade Dynamite by Lorde. I think it's just upbeat and fun, and I like the line blowing shit up. I don't know why that's so fun to sing. And then the classic Under Pressure by David Bowie and Queen. If you want a song to make you happy, especially when you're stressed out, that's a song that you have to listen to just to make you happy. It's a really fun time. I love it. No regrets. The next concept I have for my favorites is just taking days to read. I've been doing that a lot, which is really bad, especially when I'm supposed to be doing my dissertation, but I actually finished a little bit early and have a chance to kind of take a couple of days off, and I've just been spending them sitting on the sofa or on my bed or outside, and that's actually a concept in itself, is sitting outside and reading. I did that all last summer and I stand by it. It's one of my favorite things to do. The sun just lifts your mood, even though it's really not sunny right now. But being outside, the fresh air, the birds, in this time of year, it's really nice to just stay outside and get that lovely air, and then you get to escape into a world of a book. Next favorite is that movies, and I only saw 2 movies this month, which is really unusual for me, because even if I don't go to the cinema, I tend to watch a lot of films, and I saw Avengers Infinity War and Deadpool 2. I don't know what I can say about Infinity War that hasn't already been said, and from my favorite superheroes, you could probably guess how I felt about the ending of that movie. I went to see Deadpool 2 the other day, and I don't think I've laughed that hard at a movie probably ever. It was way better than the first one, so much fun, and it was just so meta, and I love meta, so I think it was really good. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go and see it. So my last 2 favorites are TV. I really haven't been watching much TV recently either, again, mostly because of my dissertation. I did finish Mindhunter this month, which was a really interesting take because it's a crime thriller based around a scientific study, which you don't see very often, so that was a really interesting concept. But I've been watching mostly kind of short YouTube videos, and one thing that I've been really watching a lot of is true crime YouTube videos. I don't know why I started getting into that again. This is something that I kind of first got into YouTube watching, was a lot of true crime and things like that. But for some reason, I really like it. I like watching the ones that have been solved though. The ones that haven't been solved are incredibly intriguing, but it always makes me sad that we don't know what happened. Anyway, that was my bullet journal spread and my May favorites. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, if you have any of your favorites or you want to share a bullet journal spread, I do have my social medias linked down below. If you did like this video, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And we can be friends. It'll be a fun time. Again, thank you so much for watching. I post new videos on Thursdays. See you next week. Bye.